All right, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Ba'asham, Rakak Wadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. All right, so the name of this one will be your adversary, the devil. All right, your adversary, the devil. Okay, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, and pretty much the topic is surrounding a bill that was passed, all right, dealing with the IRS having more power to track bank accounts that's over 600 bucks. Okay. Again, just tidbit information, man, to show you that this devil is truly the devil. And if you're not hip to it, you will be in the very near future. Okay. And so this is Esau, desperation to continue to oppress, to continue to have people, pretty much in derision. All right. Because, this devil, they really get a kick out of it, the closer we get to the end, the more that this devil is going to be doing, these sinister, crimes against humanity, mainly the children of Israel. OK, so this is AZ Central. I'll show the article real quick. It says Biden plan would give IRS more power to track $600 bank accounts. All right. What you need to know. OK, so check it out. Look it up. All right. Hopefully you can see it really good. All right. So again, man, these are the unjust laws. It's funny how, we're in a pandemic and, it's hard enough for people to work, because of the different mandates and so on and so forth. All right. Now this devil wants to track what you make. All right. And it's not like we make a lot, most Americans, live paycheck to paycheck. All right. And and that's a struggle in itself. But they want to monitor. All right. How much you have in your bank account. OK. And I believe they say if you exceed the amount, OK, of $600, which is in your bank account, that they can those funds can be taxable. OK, so imagine that. So you work overtime. OK, and you got, over $600 in your bank account. And, it's now taxable. OK, so Esau is coming after, people personal. But this trend is going to continue. OK, because, again, this devil wants to oppress. That's his enterprise. All right. We live in a capitalist society where they get over on the weak. OK. And that's the society. But, everybody's OK with it. Everybody's OK with it. All right. Soon enough, this devil's going to completely show that he's truly the devil, the so-called white man. All right. And he's going to have most in derision. All right. Especially you Israelites. OK, especially you Israelites, because you're trying to seek, some type of asylum here in America. All right. And, success and so on and so forth. When this place is tainted, it's corrupt. All right. It's going to continue to be corrupt. It's never going to get any better. So Salaki for the long intro. But this is 1 Peter 5:8. All right. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right. And these are the times that we live in. OK, so our adversary, OK, those that are against us, our enemies. All right. And our main enemy is the so-called white man, believe it or not. OK, he's going to show you that he is your enemy. OK, he's going to prove it. All right. OK, it says it says as a roaring lion walking about seeking whom he may devour. All right. And this devil is in the business of oppression. Okay. All right. And the scriptures say what? They get no sleep unless they do something evil. All right. And so that's the mindset of this devil. Okay. To continue putting that chokehold on society and the masses of people, mainly you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. Because, his war is against pretty much everybody. All right. But mainly you tribes. Okay. Okay. So next precept will be Isaiah 10:1. And then I'm going to read a little bit of the article, and then I'm going to close out because I didn't have much, So Isaiah, and again, this lesson is just to show you, this devil is going to increase in wickedness. He's going to increase in oppression. And we're going to have to endure it, and we will endure it. All right. And we will get through it. OK, so this is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. All right. And it says destruction. OK, we already know what's going to happen to those who make these sinister laws against mankind, mainly the tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they're doing it because it's a sport to them. All right. It's a sport to this devil. He loves being called the devil. He's accepted the term. OK. All right. It doesn't hurt their feelings. All right. It don't hurt their feelings when maybe the regular Joe Schmoes, but the ones at the very top, the chief, which those are our enemies. Lamentations 1:5. All right. They prosper in the world. All right. Our enemies are the chief ones in the earth. You see. All right. The ones behind the Fed, the ones behind the IRS and other alphabet agencies. OK. So they do this all because they can. All right. And ultimately, they know who we are. So, again, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. All right. And a decree is what? A law. OK, I'm going to read that article for you in just a second. It says, in that right grievousness which they have prescribed. You see, so they have prescribed these evil things against what you tribes. OK, so they can make your life a misery, a living hell. All right. To the point where, you bow out and pretty much take whatever they're offering. And ultimately, that's going to be the MOTB. All right. The RFID chip. All right. Which is the mark of the beast. OK. And if you take that mark, OK, you're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. OK, that's just how the cookie crumbles. OK, if you take Esau's mark, his branding, OK, because that's what it is. It's a brand. OK, it's a form of branding. OK, then you're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. OK, so let's go back to the article. AZ Central. All right. Again, it says Biden plan would give IRS more power to track $600 bank accounts. What do you need to know? It says President Joe Biden's $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation plan includes a laundry list of wishes touching everything from Medicare to child care to electric vehicles. All right. That's part of the smart grid, part of the smart cities that they want to bring into fruition. It says one of the more controversial proposals that might be included would give the Internal Revenue Service more scrutiny over bank accounts. Now, mind this. Nobody can audit the Fed. You see that? Nobody can go in the IRS and audit them. You see, because we are using a fiat currency that is actually backed by absolutely nothing. All right. It's fiat. It's fake. It's phony. OK. Nobody can go to the IRS and audit them and ask them, where's the gold backing the dollar? You see, because the only thing that really backs the dollar is the military industrial complex. Okay. And that's why, it rules the world. All right. The proposal, Slovakia, the proposal would require banks, credit unions, and other financial companies to monitor deposits and withdrawals in accounts that have balances above $600. Now, we got to pay rent. All right. And rent is well over $600. OK, or even at $600. OK. So again, it says at any time during the year, that would include the vast majority of personal and small business accounts. OK. It says, and really it should be strictly the business accounts, right? Because who knows, people could be laundering money like the U.S. government. All right. Or some type of Mossad or anybody that's, infiltrated the government. All right. That's neither here nor there, right? It says critics say this would burden financial institutions with new requirements and expose consumers and businesses to privacy incursions and possible data breaches. Supporters contend bank customers would face no new obligations while giving the IRS more information to pursue tax cheats. So the government is pretty much, or Esau, I'll say Esau is clamping down, so to speak. And they're going to make it really hard. This is just one of the things that they got set up. All right. A lot of things in that $3.5 trillion deal. All right. It's not going to be known to the public. OK, like the psychological op that they're running on the world right now. OK. All right. But the plan is to what? To bring misery to people. All right. So that the people can be in desperation. All right. To whatever demands that this devil brings. OK. It says they hope to close. It says primarily among the wealthy. Yeah, right. All right. We already know that it's not just the wealthy. OK. They hope to close a tax gap estimated around $600 billion annually. Here are answers to some questions about the $600 account tracking plan. It says, what's the basic proposal? The idea is to require banks, credit unions, and other providers of financial services to track and submit information to the IRS and about the total inflows and outflows of every account. All right. That features a balance above $600. Right. At any point during the year or with at least that much in annual transactions. Reports submitted by banks. And this is controlling the wealth. See, these are the elitists controlling what people's income. All right. So if they wanted to say whatever exceeds that $600 amount is taxable. OK, I believe there's a video I seen on that where that's indeed what they're going to be doing. OK, so it says reports submitted by banks to the IRS would break down the numbers to include physical cash transactions per account, any transactions with a foreign account, and transactions between accounts held by the same owner. The IRS wouldn't receive details on individuals and transactions, but rather gross yearly totals. Yeah, right. We know where it's headed. You see? OK, because ultimately they want to control people's wealth as if, people have wealth, and again, they're going to cast people into desperation. All right. By monitoring and doing all sorts of other things. All right. Manipulating the markets, which they always do. All right. It says the $600 figure isn't set in stone. Some media reports have indicated it could be increased to, say, 10,000. The level at which banks report transactions in an effort to combat money laundering. All right. Will consumers need to do anything? Will consumers need to do anything? A Treasury summary of the plan indicated there would be no further record keeping or reporting requirements for individuals or businesses, and that taxpayers wouldn't face any burdens at all. The Treasury also noted banks and other financial providers already have access to this information and already report interest income above $10. All right. Just you wait. This devil is the devil. And most of the time, these are very ambiguous statements that they make. It says financial institutions would report the information on an expanded Form 1099 INT. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said the forms would include one box for total deposits, all right, or inflows, and one box for total withdrawals or outflows. So if you got, money coming in that exceeds $600, they're going to red flag you. That's definitely a possibility. All right. It says while the forms wouldn't list taxable transactions, customers still might be confused about what to do with the information. All right. With banks, let's see. Would banks face new obligations? It said would banks face more liability? All right. Might banks lose customers? That's a possibility. Okay. And soon enough, they're going to get rid of cash. So, this is definitely something sinister. How else might Biden help the IRS? Okay. Let's see. How much revenue is at stake? Could all this lead to more audits? Okay, let's read this. It says, yes, especially with increased IRS funding and staffing, IRS audit rates in recent years have been falling steadily to just 0.5% in 2020, or 1 in 200 individual taxpayers. If the bank transaction rule is enacted, IRS auditors could be in a position to ask more informed questions during examinations. Okay. It says Saren's letter indicated that the White House would like to see audit rates rise among affluent households earning $400,000 and up, but not for people below that threshold. All right. And pretty much this is all just a ploy to bring more control, what they call big government, bring more, stress upon people. All right. Because otherwise, why in the world would they want to track any account that just has just above $600? It really makes no sense. All right. But again, this is Esau, putting that squeeze on people, because, again, they sleep not unless they do some mischief. As the scriptures say, this is Revelations 12:12, and most of that crap is just mumbo jumbo. All right. Ambiguous bull crap. We know exactly what this devil is up to. OK, and he's going to tighten his grip. All right. Revelations 12:12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens. Excuse me. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. So this devil knows that he has a short time. All right. And he's not going to waste any time. OK, because he's going to make sure. Let's see if I can find that their sleep is taken away lest they do some mischief. OK, so bear with me for a second. OK, because we read Isaiah 10. There we go. This is Proverbs 4:16. it says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief. All right. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. And that's going to be the MO of this devil. All right. That's going to be the MO of this devil in the days ahead, in the days to come. All right. And this is just tidbit information, because there's going to be more information. And you know how these devils are when it comes to releasing information. They'll let you know what they're about to do before they do it. But a lot of the information is ambiguous. It doesn't mean what they put in the forefront. OK, so let's see here. My mind escapes me. So bear with me. And I just had one more precept, and then I'm going to close. Oh, Daniel. All right. Because we're headed into these times, which is going to be very strenuous. And it pretty much is going, it's going to put a hold on people's lives. It's going to make people's lives difficult in this world. But hey, the Lord overcame the world, and so will we. OK, this is Daniel 7. All right. In 25, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. All right. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. OK. And this is Esau's kingdom. OK. It says, and think to change times and laws. OK. And that's what they've been doing with their whole administrative outfit, whatever. OK. They've been changing times and laws. Why? So they can deceive the world. OK. I believe that's Revelations, the 20th chapter. OK. He was loose for a little season. All right. And during that little season, they're deceiving and doing all sorts of madness and terrible works, sinister works. All right. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and dividing of time. All right. So, yeah. So they're going to wear out the saints. All right. And they've been changing the laws. All right. And it's just a matter of time, because the Lord is going to stop it. OK, so, of course, we're going to be worn out by what this devil is doing. OK, we're in a sense, we're already worn out, because their sinful works are fulfilled. Their wickedness is fulfilled. All right. But this is what the Lord says. This is Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined. You see, his days are determined. All right. OK, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. OK. And so the Lord has set the bounds. All right. And this devil cannot exceed that. And hooray for that. OK. Thank the Most High Yahweh Shai for that. Because if this devil was to exceed his time, he would kill everything on this planet Earth, including himself. All right. And hey, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I know that article was kind of, vague, basically. But hey, when you go more into it, I know there's videos out there to explain exactly what these devils are up to, So, again, it's just tidbit information showing you that this devil, his grip is getting tighter, as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. OK. And that's where we at with it. Your adversary, the devil, man, and he's not going to let up, because he's in desperation. He's at the end of his time. OK. And he's fighting tooth and nail for his existence, which, he has pretty much sold his soul. And actually, before I close out, this is Sirach chapter 10, verses 8. And this is why they got to go. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You see? So because of his dealings and the things that he's doing, his kingdom is being translated. You see? It's pretty much, it happens every time. OK, this is nothing new concerning this age, except that this is the most this is the worst age ever known to mankind because of all the evil and wickedness that was established. All right. Because of all the evil and wickedness that they have done to establish their enterprise, which their enterprise is an oppressive enterprise. All right. It's all about oppressing and getting over on the little guy and getting over those who don't have enough knowledge to know. All right. So verse 9, why is earth and ashes proud? There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels. And that's what this devil has done. He has no place of empathy within his soul. He has no place of sympathy within his soul. He does not care for other human beings. OK, and he makes it seem like he cares, but he don't care. They don't have an inkling of sympathy. All right. They cannot relate to your struggle. They will not relate because they created your struggle. The scripture says they have forwarded our affliction. All right. But it's important to know who the devil is. It's important to know what times we live in. It's important to know that things are going to get harder. OK, because, again, they pride themselves with this. OK. Hey, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom. Shalom.